Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at Watkins Glen for race 29 of the season. Take a quick look down qualifying. And back on up. Here we go. Ben McDonald on pole. Everyone rolling off from front to back. It's going to be a road course day. Playoff road course race. Ben McDonald. The Toad Warrior to his outside. Pace car off. The field lined up. And we are green to kick off the Cheez-It 355 at the Glen. Big start for Ben, as he is going to easily get down into turn one and take the lead convincingly. Battle for second on back. It gets interesting here. RS Fast and 11 and Team Duke trying to go side by side. Top three lined up, but everyone else going double file here. Bus stop. That's going to be a part that kicks everyone out. Now as Ben leads, drop down the hill to take to the boot. Hyperdrive searching for a line here. Third, fourth Duke, fifth RS, sixth Tigerman, seventh KSS, eighth Frosty Wusky, ninth Ringo, and Kyle D rounding out the top 10. CS Fast 11 and Born Ready side by side for appears to be 11th. Now they've finished up with the boot, and this left-hander is going to exit them back onto the course proper as we head on down to the final set of turns. KSS BSS trying to put one on Tigerman here late in the going. I think the 34 is going to try to hold down into one. Side by side, they both go. Turn one behind them is also going to get pretty interesting. KSS completes the pass. They 8th, 9th, and 10th all go single file. Close to the front, Ben leading the charge. Bus stop is a very technical section you got to nail down right, as Toad is kind of showing him how it's done to close in ever so slightly. Normally you take that short shoot down to the second to last turn, but we go down here for a very nice section. KSS BSS Tigerman putting the battle on. They're getting very into it here. Jake and Logan in the mid-teens. I think Logan might try to stick it where he is. Jake might try to have to catch himself and get back in line if the 42 passes. But caution's out. First yellow of the day on lap 2. As Logan and Jake give a battle. I think Logan's going to get in front. Clear him off the final corner. And yeah, that looks to be about it. All right, buddies. The caution wasn't out for that long. Must have been some guys in the back. Plenty of fantasy drivers to give caution to, and it's for 38. Racing Fan 880 just. Nothing really to say here. He was qualified poor. 14 got into the back of them. Razor also hard in the wall. Both cars are pretty badly damaged as everyone else goes by. Checking on the 45 real quick. This is going to be a very good day for this team, regardless of what happens next. 24th place and with 38 most likely out of the race. Keeping an eye on the potential Rookie of the Year happenings here, as pit road is not a busy place at all. In fact, nobody's coming down. But 2, Joe Mama is in. Dirtman 5, the Puff, mainly just a lot of those guys in the back. That might have been like getting into it with each other. Other than that, everybody else is basically A-OK for a single file restart, which we will have here. All right, 4 laps completed. Oh, what's this? Oh, big issue here. Coming to the restart, the 66 is blown up. That's going to be bad. A devastating blow to Ringo's playoff hopes in the opening race of the round of 12. Absolutely not what that team wanted to see. And they're going to have to basically do what they've never done before. Oh, and Toad! Toad's out too. I have a 66 might be in boxing, but Toad, if he's going out with a mechanical, he's taking RS with him. RS is held up, and it's the Wild West out here, so anything goes as the whole field snaking by the 60. There are going to be some fists flown here by the end of this race. 66 is out. The 60 continuing to drop the line here as RS Fast 11 finally gets around him all the way and the entry of the boot. Not what that team wanted to see. Ben McDonald, big lead over Hyper. Duke 3rd. KSS 4th. Tiger Man 5th. Frosty Lusky 6th. Racer in 7th. Kyle D 8th. Born Ready running 9th. And top 10, Logan running up. Running up here. You see the 77 trying to switch up some lanes, move around, get there. They're going to come down to complete this lap. Misty Viper and Canadian Lux battling for a spot. Misty's going to get it here. Seto running 16th. That's pretty good. Toad still trying to get back to box. RS Fast 11 is being scored in the 34th position. Currently behind the Puff. We'll see what Duke's up to. He's in 3rd. So he could try to take the battle to Hyper here, but not sure if that will be something that 84 can get to. We're just looking at the 60 team getting to box. The Toad Warrior is also out of the race. So 2 mechanical issues in the span of a lap for 2 playoff drivers. That is some big time misfortune. That one racer making the pass for 6 on Frosty Wusky. Got that spot. Kyle D in the mix. Logan with a strong car as always. And Born Ready still holding on to that top 10 spot. Well, we've seen Jake try to aggressively get by CS Fast and 11. Like, I think Jake thinks he has it good here, but it's just been so, like, has to try to find a different way around. If the 42 can make up spots, then you certainly can. Jake's just trying to fit the square peg in the round hole. I'm not sure if it's going to take. No, I think he's actually going to get it done this time. He's stayed with the program here. Just needs to battle CS through these next couple corners, but it just gets away from him there. That's going to be not that good setting up, rolling down the back. You have a 31 of Misty Viper Hound in your back bumper. Not good either. Canadian Lux, Seto in the mix. Some of the eliminated drivers back here, Frosted Otter, Krugmeyer, and Mizzou, a couple spots back. But you see the 6 making a quality pass. Just needs to finish it. A 20. Actually, that's the 8. Just the 8. It's just looking back around, but can't really get to it. And look at the 45. Fink has been slowly chopping away at this race. Might actually get himself a top 20 finish. A quality point swing. .62 of Darkest Presence, swinging it really wide. Now back in the back. RS Fast and 11 still. Now he's got the 41 of Star to contend with. There are a few drivers back here. Joe Mama, Wolf Van Halen, Bunger. Only 38 cars on track. And slowly eliminating them. Hyperdrive could make a good catch on Team Duke. You see that 84. Logan, the rundown to Kyle D, could be another spot that the 42 gets. And these spots inside the top 10 are really rich. So you get big points payouts for really good finishes. In the top 3, like if you're a Ben, Hyper, or Duke, you're looking fine this race. Mighty fine. The 34 kind of been in 5th. KSS BSS once again finding himself in a good spot, but can't really run the fast laps he wants to. So he just kind of becomes like a train for other drivers that he's holding up. We'll have to see how much further these guys can go. Hyperdrive, Ben, they're all kind of evenly spaced. Duke there as well. Born Ready has kind of got himself in a nice spot for 10th too. Let's see where Jake is. Jake, Misty Viper, they're both kind of just where they are. A few spots back there. Zentz and Krugmeyer could potentially be an interesting pass opportunity for any of them. Going through the bus stop. So far, it's just been Ben, Ben, Ben. Jerry, Landon could fight for a top 25 between the two of them. I'm telling you, RS Fast 11 has been. He started 34th after the holdup. Now he's up to 30th place. tank gunner in the 48's next in line. For him, at least. As Landon looked like he may have tried to get a peek on Jerry, but never really got to it. So that's kind of frustrating. Speaking of frustrating, they're getting kind of a little antsy behind this 43, so they're looking for a quality pass to be made, then now's a chance. That one racer getting right up there for a run down to the bus stop. Side by side, Jeff going to try and force the issue to close the door. And that's what it takes, just getting a little bit deeper in there than your opponent and holding it. If you can make the brave move stick, then that's what the best of us do. Anyone can make a move, but only the best of us can make it work. Those of us who just come repeatedly fish for unsuccessful moves are just stupid. I see a little bit of the 47 could be a bit of a sticking point here for a couple drivers looking to pass. Oh, the 71 got hard into that wall there. What happened here? Yeah, he just clipped tire barriers and kind of getting to a point where you might lose one or two spots unless he could try and stick it here. But I think Kyle D is going to get the position. You see a couple pitters already. There's going to be a two-stop race. So the 84 coming in now. Ben staying out. Hyper staying out. I mean, track is big enough to where if you pit, and it could end good or bad. I mean, this track is like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're going to get until the race is over. That one has been trying to get that 34 out at that bus stop. Just has not worked. They usually get single file coming out of that place. Yeah, the one has been all over this. Yeah, big moment. Still 38 drivers here. Racer trying to get a little bit too much exit. A little bit of grass there. Not that good. Just seeing how much more you can get without taking too much. Ben coming in this time. I think that might be the fate of everyone else here. Oh, Hyper staying out. I think Hyper just wants to get that lap lead point of a nice strategic call by the 33. In the long run, I'm not sure how that's going to play out. I see a lot of drivers taking in this time. Unsure of the specifics of who stayed out, but that is Hyperdrive out front, Tiger Man second, Kyle D and Logan. They might try and one-stop it here. Honestly, we did have our caution for the first time since Euro Speedway, but usually long green flag runs are an alien concept. Not non-existent, but something that these drivers haven't really been accustomed to. So now that we're seeing super long green flag runs, it is a inexperience. 6th, 7th, 8th, Dirtman 5 and the Puff running 9th and 10th right now. Joe Mama behind them. I think Ben McDonald is not that far away from these guys if they do what they do want. Hyperdrive coming out. Yeah, you can even see drivers coming into the boot when they come out. This angle here. In. That just leaves Dirtman 5, the Puff, and Joe Mama. They're all coming in as well. I don't think they're going to try and risk anything new here. Team Duke actually jumped Ben on the pit stops. The 84 out front. Hyperdrive. See what his service is. There comes the 84. I think Team Duke is far and away ready to go. Hyper is coming off his pit stop in third. Fourth is Tiger Man. Misty Viper had a really good stop. He's up to fifth. Pit crews playing a big role here today. Now it's time for them to leave it on the track. Canadian Lux and Jake both getting it sorted out. Landon looking good. Plenty of good stoppers here. Any particularly bad stoppers? Not really. The 71 had a bad stop, probably because he had a bit of damage to repair, so unfortunate for him. 23 of RS Fast 11 still in his bar. It has been a disaster for this team. Oh, they blew up. 23 team blew up as well, so they might be out of this race too. As they are getting aggressive as fuck behind these guys. All it takes is one to overstep. They're coming on down to the line. Yeah, Hyper with his laps led, that's going to be good for him, but 84 out front now. And the 23 is a lap down, still trying to see if they get that thing fixed and back out there. And Tiger Man and that one racer have been at each other all race long. Speaking of, I think Ben McDonald might have something to say about Team Duke's lead here. Hyperdrive is a whole 6 seconds back. Wouldn't really be doing much. So now it's just Duke versus Ben. And Ben absolutely has the faster car. He just needs to find a way to get around. If I'm Ben, I would not be afraid to get a little bumpy here with this 84 team. Just shoot them off into the corner or something and kind of take it before they get it gathered back up. Instead, they're trying outer lanes here, which you don't want to get too smart with it. If you try to outsmart yourself, then it really just kind of is bad. Duke still holding his own. But 23 is out of the race. So that's 3 playoff drivers with some pretty significant issues. Meanwhile, the 16 just needs a good run through some of those technical sections. to just launch an attack that he can't really defend from. That's kind of the game plan here. See how he does it. It's looking like the carousel might be a good place to get him, but now you got to figure out how to make a move. If you can get a run in the corner, then the next one, like really solid out braking going into the boot. Now when you get to them toes, you got to find a way to go around. And Duke is just holding his line, just saying that if you want to pass me, you're going to have to find your own way around, which is how it works. Can just be a bit frustrating here. Ben, who does not want to lose this on a pit stop, and Duke, who does not want to give this one up on a run. Hyperdrive is 6 seconds back. Racer got out for 4th, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do any damage here. Ben, meanwhile, might have something for turn 1. I would send it. No, but a prime opportunity potentially slipping from the grasps here. As every lap ticks away, you may not know when your last chance is. Will you ever get a chance again? The indecisiveness of racing is what really keeps these drivers on edge with knowing what they should do. Ben trying to higher angle for the carousel. I don't think that worked. I think Duke had a better carousel there. Meanwhile, Misty Viper losing the spot to Tiger Man. There are plenty of solid drivers in the top 10 looking for any sort of good time. Good finishes here. Tiger Man really opened it up there, which I think the 31 might have been a bit conservative, which kind of held off the other guys, but not sure if he's going to get back to a 34. Meanwhile, the 16 continues to fight the 84. I'm telling you what, we've seen a lot of weird incidents with like the cars and how they're set up, the mechanical components of it all. So I'm not so sure. Oh, the 84 is coming in again. Duke pits. Not sure if that's scheduled or not, but we'll see. 31's coming in with them. I think they're making their final stop now to try to get the cut. Plenty of drivers not coming with him. Maybe we'll see. Now Ben has a big lead. Just needs to keep it over Hyper. We'll have to see where Duke comes out with Ben on track. Duke comes out. Ben finds himself all the way entering the boot. So there you go. 4th, 5th is KSS, 6th, 7th, 8th, and rounding out top 10 is Canadian Lux back there. You need to keep your sea legs underneath you. What determines a race-winning strategy here? KSS, BSS, Logan. I think a lot of these guys might be fed up with the 43. I certainly would. Being stuck behind somebody isn't exactly conducive to a good race. So if I'm like Logan, I got to figure out a way around him. as they're staying out another more laps here. Remember, Misty Viper also pitted. 71, he probably pitted as well. Several drivers. I think Bunger is the last driver on track who made one green flag pit stop this run. He's got a little bit of damage. The gap back to Hyper is about 6 seconds. So the 33 team probably shifting focus here, thinking, is the current tank I have enough? Takes a trek through the grass. Racer. I think the 1 might have better racecraft than the 33, which might actually not be good if your hyperdrive is you're looking for a good finish, just trying to figure out all the variables just to get to the finish. Let's look at this group here. They are impatient. I think the 11 tried something different on exit. Might not have paid off. 77 to Jake on board. Just seeing every individual car component does something slightly different, but the mass kind of travels the track relatively the same. So what's to say that it kind of feels like a little bit of a DRS train, kind of like a rat in a cage struggling for its freedom, I guess. As we hit the 5 to go, one must wonder, did Team Duke fuck up? If the 84 team bungled the strategy, they're going to be stuck back outside the top 30. The 31 team and the 71 team are also in pretty dire straits. So plenty of playoff drivers looking rough here. But I will say one good run I want to highlight is Seto, currently in the 11th position. A very good run out of her. And I'd like to see some of these mid-pack drivers get their step up for Season 7. The changing of a tide, so to speak. But we currently have a season to finish here and a championship to give out. So we have to run all the races. Hyperdrive currently hot pursuit of the 33 is the 1. That 1 racer is looking for second. He is a mad dog out there. I'm starting to think maybe Ben may not be the fastest of the cars in the top 3. Can the 1 get there? Honestly, if you burn up too much stuff, that could be bad too. But you see the 16 in the distance just very faintly doing his thing. Ben continues. The others, I think they're going to go as well. Everybody here. I'm starting to think either that these guys are trying to go as long as they can, or the 84 team made a grave mistake to throw away a win. Another solid run from Logan. If he can even hold 60, then I'd say that's a good day. But quite frankly, the first time in the playoffs, and this 42 team already has championship aspirations. That is very solid. I respect that. Starting to think Hyper might be playing more defense than offense, but then again, Hyper can't really play offense on a driver who's 6.5 seconds ahead. So now it's just mainly Racer hounding him down. Has Team Duke caught any traffic? That's what I want to know. Team Duke's still 33rd, but he's closing in on Bunger. I don't think Bunger can really hold off Team Duke, even if he could stay out. See Duke entering the boot now. Ben just now exiting. I think if Ben needs to make a pit stop, he's fucked. So, for all intents and purposes, the 16 team needs to just go on a wing and a prayer, and that's what they're going to do here, I think. 3 laps to go. KSS BSS is tapping out. He's done. He's coming in for more. I think the 43 team, they're playing it safe. They know they've lost the championship. Everyone else here, they're big dicking it. Or fat clamming it, depending on who you are, but that's neither here nor there. The point is, we don't know if they can go all the way. If they can, that will be it. If not, when maybe somebody else will rise up. That one racer keeping it honest with the 33 there is so annoying to try to make a pass in that bus stop because the person who has a head going in can just bully their way into submission to get the other guy back there. And I think that costed them both time to the 34. Tiger Man, remember, he won a title before, and he's looking to keep it. Like, if he'd go back-to-back on championships, he'd make big history. We've seen a lot of back-to-back winners. Who knows? Maybe Ben. Oh, we made an error going into that turn there. The drivers are getting sloppy. And I think Ben is feeling the pressure the most. A 38-second lead at the beginning of this lap is not safe. And he's going in. I think this might actually play dividends to the 84 team. Hyperdrive he's going for all the stones today, boys. The drive. Can he persevere the fuel to win? Tiger Man, he's probably the closest man there who could probably tell him not to. Logan sitting 3rd, Kyle D 4th, CS 5th, Jake 6th, I think he is. Emma 7th, 8th is Zent, 9th is Born Ready, and Mizzou in the top 10. Kind of a disappointing run for Mizzou. Just trying to prove after his easy elimination around a 16. Try to go for more, but oh well. Meanwhile, it's basically just, can Tiger Man hunt down the hyperdrive? And knowing where they are here, let's take a look at where Ben is on track. Ben comes out quite a ways ahead of Team Duke. Even Racer comes out ahead of Team Duke. So Ben's at least going to have that to hold on to. So the 84 won't get those two. It's just these guys here. 1-2 for 33-34. It is absolutely anemic for tires right now. Like, seriously, they are. Whoo, boy. Jake with a top 5 run if he wants to brave it out for it. I mean, that's pretty good. But the two boys up front, let's see what they do. All in on the poker table. White flag for Hyperdrive 282. Logan sits nice 3rd. Kyle D rounding out 4th. And Jake in 5th place. Just like I said. Look at this. Born Mizzou, top 10. Honestly, not sure where Ben and Race are going to finish. But here we go. This is it. The 34 looking for more. He's looking for his 5th win on the season. Meanwhile, Hyperdrive looking for an easy shot into the round of 8. Let's see what Tiger Man has to do here. Going down into the forest. Out of the trees. I think Jeff, if he could just have some good corners, he'd be there. He's kind of been patient all race. Oh, not a good exit for the 34. Needs to be a little bit more aggressive here. I know it's hard when you're used up like that. Oh, Hyper faltered. Can Jeff capitalize? The 34 team might not be enough. There's a wreck on the final lap. Couple corners to go. I think the 33 is going to survive. Coming out of 4. Or, not, Jesus Christ. Whatever. Checker flag, hyperdrive, 282. First man to the round of 8. Big day for Tiger Man there. Second place finish. Logan with a 3rd. Jake with a 5th. They're the best on the day right here. Ben McDonald able to salvage an 11th out of that. Not bad. Dirtman 5, The Puff. Joe Mama with top 15 finishes. Racer, Duke. Misty Viper in 18th. Seto still able to squeeze a top 20 run there. Not sure what happened. It looks like the 21 was involved. That's what we know so far. So yes, the 21 will be labeled as a DNF. Let's go find out what happened to the 21 of Wolf Van Halen now. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. So the final corner, Star was all over the back bumper of Wolf Van Halen. Oh god. Bunger coming into pit. And then Wolf Van Halen just hits the barrels hard. The 21 team crushed. That is some tough shit right there. But no matter the cost. Victory comes to those who seize it. And Hyperdrive has taken it to the round of 8. Final results on your screen. Scroll down to those who may have had some bad runs or just couldn't quite cut the mustard. But that is all we have for this race. We'll see you next time. Take care.